Sir,
Yes, you can
I am.
start.
Uh, my name is Angom Jeevan Singh. I'm working under the supervisor of Dr. S. Rabi, Department of Library Information Science, and the title of my research is Newspaper Citation Web of Science. Reduction. The project study was carried out to examine the flow of newspaper information to scientific publications indexed in Web of Science during 2001 to 2010. Newspapers are primary source of information for the researchers, and also it has been playing a vital role in the diffusion of information across the globe. However, the importance of newspaper in scholarly communications has not been fully explored. No comprehensive study has been carried out so far on citation of newspapers in scientific publications, considering the newspapers published across the globe. Thus, the study was carried out to find out the flow of newspaper information to different subjects, journals, documents, countries, citation pattern during this period. Then for the study, I have done IT1 literature reviews, which has divided into 6 teams. Bibliometric studies on journals, bibliometric studies on thesis and dissertations, bibliometric studies on subject-wise productivity, bibliometric studies on institution-wise productivity, and bibliometric studies on country-wise productivity, and bibliometric studies on newspaper. This research gave from here we could know that the studies on newspaper citation is very few. With I could find only 2 literatures, and we could see the other document citation of newspaper with other uh, newspapers citation with other documents. So hence to bridge the research gap, so I have taken the topic citation in scientific publications index in Web of Science. I have 5 objectives with 6 objectives which I will be presenting together in the findings, and I do have 5 hypotheses, which also I will be explaining in the findings together. And these are the methodology which I have followed, where I have taken top 200 newspapers in the world from the 4th international media and newspaper, and from there I have identified daily newspapers with 19 newspapers, and from this 90 there are 88 general newspapers and 2 business newspapers. After identifying these newspapers, again I have identified newspapers which are indexed in Web of Science, which have 250 citations, and I have 20 newspapers which study. So this is the steps which I have followed in downloading the data. I have gone to Web of Science Core Collection, and options are references, cited work, and citation year. So I have downloaded it year-wise, and the keyword I have used it for the downloading the data, as for example, New York Times and New York Times. The next process is I have maintained again 6 years gap to give an equal citation period. Then I have downloaded in 2 ways. One is only newspaper articles, which is with authors only, and another with only newspapers. Then again, the second filtering, non-English articles are removed, and then so there are also some untitled articles, so these are also excluded, and then duplicate to control the repetitions of the listing. So finally, I got 44,717 records, which has got 38,784 citations. So those which I have considered for study, during 2001 to 10, which is index in Web of Science. These are my findings. The first is citation of newspaper in different scientific documents. So there are 19 documents uh, which newspaper are cited in this document. So the highest documents, it is more cited in journal articles with 82.3 436% and comes review with 7.578% and editorial materials with 6.18% and proceedings and with 2.088 and others are which has got very less, which is less than 1% each. So the finding of the present study is similar with the findings of Ravi Kumar and Agrahari on the citation study of Indian newspaper, where Indian newspapers are also highly cited in journal articles. My second objective was citation pattern, to find the citation pattern of newspaper during the study period, and we could see like from 2001 to 2003 the citations are not gradually increasing. There is some up and down, and from 2004 onwards the citation pattern is gradually increasing, and the highest citation was in the year 2010, which is followed by 2009, and the lowest was in 2001. And again, the finding is somewhat similar with the findings of Hick and Wang, where they have started for New York Times newspaper on citation, which has increased from 2006 onwards. My objective number 3, to study the network link between the newspaper and journals, where they are within this period 2001 and 2001, there are 5,089 journals, where I have taken the top 100 journals, where in this top 100 journals there are 416 journals with 50.632 percentage, and others journal citation, others citation in other journals are 49.3668 percentage. So maximum are from US, then second comes the UK journals, and third the Netherlands and Australia, then Canada, South Korea, and last is from Singapore within the top 100. And my fourth objectives is see pattern by of byline and deadline newspaper articles during this period. So we could see the citation is not gradually increasing, and citing the byline newspaper articles from 2001 to 2003, but from 2004 onwards, it has been increasing gradually. And when it comes to deadline newspaper articles, it is increasing from 2001 to 2010. So newspaper article citation was 11.798 percentage, and deadline newspaper article citation with 11.241 citations. And my first objective is to the highly cited article. So I have taken only which is having newspaper articles which is having only 2 and above. So I have found 4,146 newspaper articles, and I've taken 100 top 100 cases. So here, New York Times has got a maximum citations, which has got 68 articles, followed by Washington Post. Then Times UK, then Los Angeles Times, Boston, and Australian. It has got 2 each. Daily Mail, USA Today, Sydney Morning Herald, Globe and Mail, Canada has got 1 article says, and there was within the top 100 there was no Chinese and Indian newspaper within the top 100 cited articles. My 6th objective to find out whether the newspaper is cited within the country or more outside the country. So I found that there are 108 different countries citing these 20 newspapers, where maximum citation is from US, followed by UK, then Australia, Canada, and so on. And Newspapers, what I put papers from US, Australia, and Canada are cited within the country in the scientific publications, whereas newspapers from UK, China, and India are more cited from outside the country of publications. This is my first hypothesis. Uh, to find out whether the citation count has relationship with the leadership of the newspaper and as of the newspaper. For this, specimen correlation test was carried out. Then we found that there is negative trend between the newspaper readership and newspaper citation. Similarly, we also found that there's also a negative trend readership of the newspaper. I think it should be. Uh, Town has no monotonic pattern in the readership of the newspaper and the heirs of the newspaper. Thus, we accept the hypothesis citation count has no relationship with the readership of the newspaper and heirs of the newspaper. My second hypothesis, finding of the second hypothesis, to test the network degree between the newspapers and the citing subjects are same over the years. Uh, Independent t-test was carried out to see whether there's a difference in the degree or not. So these are inverted in from 2001 to 2005 and one from 2006 to 2010. So there also found that there's a homogeneity in the variance in group 1 and group 2, and there is, and also it indicates there's no significant difference in the network degree between the two periods. Thus, we reject the hypothesis that network degree between the uh, newspaper and citing are not same over the years. From hypothesis number 3, uh, that to find out the cluster formation between the newspaper and citing over the period of years. So we have used the k-means clustering technique, and we have taken these 5,089 journals. So these are grouped into two clusters. One is 2001 to 2005 and 2001 to 2010. So we found that there is an increase of 3,143, 61.800 journals in the second time period. Therefore, we accept the hypothesis that the cluster formation are not same over the period of time. Then my fourth hypothesis is to find out the cluster formation between newspaper article subjects and the citing subjects are not same over the period of years. So for this, the newspaper articles has been classified, and then again, independent sample t test was also carried out, and we found and this has been divided in two groups. One is group one is from 2001 to 2005, and group two 2006 to 2010, and we found that after running the test, we found that there's a homogeneity in the variance in group one and group two, and there's no significant difference between the cluster formation of newspaper article subject and a article subject and citing subject. Therefore, we reject the hypothesis that the cluster formation between the network uh, between the subjects and the citing subjects are not same over the period of years. And to test and to find out whether there is no no significant difference between the byline and deadline newspaper article citation. So here also we find that there is a same test was run, and then we find there's a homogeneity in the variance group one and group two. Group one is for byline, group two is for deadline listing, and we find no significant difference between the byline and the deadline newspaper citations. Thus, we accept the hypothesis that there is significant difference between the byline and the newspaper article citations. So, citations study on newspaper citations covered a period of 10 years, that is from 2001 to 2010. So we have taken this 2001 to 2010 because most newspapers come online from 2001 onward. So only English newspaper was considered for the present study, and the data was downloaded from Web of Science co-collection as reflected in the database up to 31st December 2015. And for the first hypothesis, I have used only newspapers because I can't find the circulation data of China, Delhi. And for the fourth test, or for the fourth hypothesis, I have used only citations with 2 and above due to last data size. So these are some of the future suggestions for other future studies. Studies can be carried out to find out the citations and patents, proceeding and books, etc. Number 2, studies can be carried out using Web of Science and Scopus to find differences in the citation pattern and accuracy in citation in the database. Studies can be carried out on the share of citations of newspaper and journal articles. Studies can be further carried out to find out the similarity between the newspaper articles and citing journals articles. Uh, Study illustrates the flow of information of English newspapers over the scientific publications by analyzing the characteristics of citations index in Web of Science. Up to 31st December 2015, the overall study results have shown that the information flow is not limited to only specific period documents, subject journals, and geographical locations. Moreover, from the study, there is a significant indication that newspaper readership has no boundaries. The internet area has broken down the barrier of newspaper readership in the world. Sen and Cylinder 1992 mentioned the number of citations by a research paper was more or less clearly delineates its effect chain, and Hack 2 specified that citation in logical distribution have been regarded as the most principal indicators of effectiveness. Therefore, it's apparent that newspaper has its relevance and the flow of relevance, and there is a strong flow of publications. I have 3 publications not included in the slides. So this is my presentation.
Okay, Jeevan, for
Sir,
nicely presenting your thesis.
sir,
Very brief,
thank you so
and
much.
it includes a detail of your work
Sir,
conducted for your thesis. And really, when
yes, sir.
I saw this your thesis,
Yes, sir.
it is very unique work which has been carried out in northeastern part. Maybe in India also it may be unique. Because I have not seen any paper
Yes.
related to newspaper citation. And
Thank you very much.
so I go through detail your thesis, and you have done comprehensive work, and you have collected lot of data
Thank you
from
so
Web
much.
of Science, and use number of tables, graph, etc. are there,
Sir,
and you have done a very good job. Uh,
thank
Thanks
you
to
so
your
much, sir.
supervisor and you for conducting your work nicely.
Thank you
Congratulations
so much.
to Dr.
Thank you
Ravi
so much,
and
sir.
you, Jeevan, Dr. Jeevan. Now I can tell you. So uh, I have few questions, normal question which I asked to Florence also, and
Yes, sir.
I can keep it. So same question regarding the objective and hypothesis. Maybe your pattern would
Yes,
be
sir.
there in Nehu.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
if it is your pattern, then okay, no problem. And you have published a research paper, but you have not
Yes, sir.
included in your thesis.
Yes, sir.
That should be included because people will see in a Sodh Ganga
Yes, sir.
also your thesis will be there. If your published
Okay,
paper
sir.
is there, then it will have more value. So
Yes, sir.
in other for other scholar, they must attach their published paper. That will
Okay, sir.
also help you. If paper is published, means your thesis is having some value.
Okay, sir.
In case of you have taken so many newspapers, but only
Yes, sir.
two Indian newspapers have been taken into account.
Yes,
So
sir.
can you tell me the reason?
Sir, I have mentioned in my methodology also.
Yes.
because of when I do a pilot study, I could find that from 2001 to 2005, their citations are very few. So with
Okay.
the permission of the supervisor, and so we have taken with citation newspaper, we have got citations of 250 and above. So within
Okay.
that, only two newspaper, the Hindu and Times of India has come. So that's why I have done only two, sir.
These two niche paper comes under your category. Your criteria,
Yes,
you
sir.
have fixed the criteria up to 250 citations will be
250.
there.
Yeah,
200.
250 above, sir.
Okay. And I have seen that you have put your tables at the end of your thesis in appendix
Yes,
section. So
yes, sir.
it is if you while writing your thesis, if you put figure and table at same place, then it would
Sir.
be better for the examiner or any reader to
Yes,
see
sir.
your graph table at the same time while
Yes, sir.
reading the text. Always
Yes, sir.
he has to go to backside appendix and see your table graph. So that
Yes, sir.
that should not be okay.
Yes,
So
yes,
in
sir.
future, whenever you write something,
Yes,
you
sir.
give your table and photograph near the your explanation so
Yes,
that
sir.
we can directly see.
Yes, sir.
So this is my suggestion.
Yes, sir.
Then uh, explain what benefits of the study are there towards the society. What
Uh,
your
uh,
this study will help the society in understanding this
Sir,
better.
uh, my study, I think, sir, it will be a kind of awareness, and it will be more useful for the academic society, because newspapers, honestly speaking, before doing my research, I was also not aware that we can cite the informations from the newspapers. So now I have come out with a thesis. So I think after seeing my thesis, I think this will be a kind of information, a kind of awareness to the academic society, especially, sir.
Okay. Because in newspaper also you will find some feature articles are there,
Right, sir.
editorials are there. So some
Right, sir.
important articles in different science section or environmental section or
Right, sir.
society and culture. So
Right, sir.
we should also consult for scholarly publication. We should also
Right,
consult
sir.
the newspaper. Some more valuable information articles are there. We may
Yes, sir.
include in our research. So this is a good point of your study.
Yes, sir.
And the same question of direct implication of your study for common people and library and information center. So, what do you
Uh,
suggest the library to
uh,
encourage reader to go through the newspaper and all?
yes, sir. My first thing will be for the library and information centers. What I could learn from my study is that newspaper is a very good source of citation, and there have been good numbers of journals which has been indexed in Web of Science, and they are citing the
Newspaper articles.
newspapers. So yeah, yeah. So we, as I have mentioned earlier, we are not much aware of the usefulness of the newspapers. So from when my work goes to the library and information center, so this will bring a kind of additional information to the library and information centers, so that they will understand the usefulness of the newspapers. That this is a very good information, because even I am an assistant librarian, sir. So whenever we subscribe newspapers also, so usually after a year or something, because of lack of space, we used to dispose. So
Yeah.
this is one thing. Yeah. So from now on, I feel that we should keep it very safe, or even we do the newspaper clippings. That is one thing, sir. So another thing is that after the library and information centers is practicing maintaining the newspapers as a very important source of information, like we do have the collection development of books and journals and others. So when we do have this information, that will be also very much benefited to the common people, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you for responding to the questions. Now come to the over to the Dr. Ravi. You may also invite questions from faculty members and scholars.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your suggestions. So before going into opening the session for other participants, I will put forward the question given by the another examiner. Uh, Jeevan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So two questions has been put forward by other examiner. The first question is that they are asking us that you have done a network analysis between the newspaper subject and the citing subject.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they're asking, how did you segregate the subject? How did you classify the subject? So, for example, newspaper article A is there. If you have classified into finance or economics or botany something, on what yardstick you have classified the newspaper your article, and on what yardstick you have classified the journal article. So that is the first question.
Yes.
Hmm.
Sir, the newspaper articles,
Hmm.
it has been, for the newspaper articles, I have used DDC. And
Okay.
reading the contents of the newspaper, what is the contents of the newspaper articles, what really is talking about. So I have used DDC to classify the subjects.
Okay.
And
You have taken the broad classification, or you have gone to the narrow
yes,
classification?
broad classification.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This has been specified in the methodology.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is there, sir.
Okay. The second question is regarding the tables that you have put in appendix. The same in line with of Professor Manoj Sinha, sir. What is
Yes.
the reason of putting the tables as a separate? One reason I can understand is that you had lot of tables and graph.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's true.
Apart from that, any other reason was there to put as a separate appendix?
No, sir. It is because of two long tables where it is two. So the explanation has to be after, if the table is put inside, the explanation has to be after 4 or 5 pages or something. So it doesn't have this thing. So I have put only the top this thing, sir. Top 10 taken and then given reference to the appendix. The tables are too long because of that, sir.
Okay. Okay. So the next question is specific to Indian newspaper. This is not
Yes, sir.
a question. This is a information he want to know from the scholar. He is asking that you have gone through various citation and the citation received by the Indian newspaper, whether the citation received by the other newspaper and Indian newspaper or inline, or Indian newspaper citations are different. So, for example, New York Times are getting more citation in good journal, and Indian newspapers are getting citation in little inferior journal. Like that, any things you have identified? He is asking.
That exactly is I have not identified.
Okay, it was because it was not an objective. Also, it was his
Oh yeah,
comment, or his want his intuition to learn what was the thing. If you have done, it's because I also did not think from that angle. After seeing his question only,
oh
that
yeah,
strike my mind.
right,
So this also is another area of avenue to do another kind of a study, that all newspapers
yes, sir.
are treated in the same way by the readers or not. That also we can see for
Yes,
future. Mhm.
yes, sir.
So this is a question from the second examiner. Now I open
Yes,
the session to all the uh, uh, members who are present now. If anyone has a question, they can rise so that Sir Hansing can unmute you. Otherwise, you can type it on the chat, whichever is comfortable for you. I open the session for the audience. Thank you.
thank you so much.
Okay, let me let us give one special preference to a research scholar from China, Mr. Chen. Are you there, Chen? Chen? Chen Wei? I think he's
Is available in Yahoo or He's available in campus.
No, he's in China.
No, he is in Sinha.
Allow him to come back here. Okay. Yeah, you can raise your hand so that I can unmute you, or you can put it in the text box. There's one question from yeah. Chen has said hello, but he didn't.
Hello, sir.
Brandon, where is Brandon? Brandon has put a question. Brandon, can you hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you ask the question yourself instead of me.
Sir, this question is actually for Sir Manoj, because he said that we can actually publish our articles, our journal articles in the thesis. So the question is, won't there be any violation of copyright if we do that? Because mostly the journals, the copyright of our journal articles has been taken by the publisher. So won't there be any violation of copyright?
If you put your article in thesis,
Yes, sir. Because then it's going to go to Shot Ganga, and then,
Yeah.
then won't there be any kind of a problem?
Shall I answer?
because
Brandon, shall
I
I?
don't have such much idea regarding IP and copyright.
Brandon, shall I answer? Brandon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What Sir Sinha told is that putting the publication on
It
the
is a
thesis,
guideline.
it is not compulsory that you have to put all the full paper. The first paper is sufficient. Okay, because that is a proof that you have been published. Okay, the first paper, first page with the title page and abstract, that is sufficient, and that will not violate your copyright also.
Or you can also put your preprint. You can also put preprint.
Okay.
But it is guideline of UGC that we should attach
Yeah.
two published paper. Then the author has any right to, because you are not going to sell it, you are just putting in your thesis. So I think in fair use it will come.
No. Again, in
If there is a
Shodhganga, they are
problem with
not.
copyright, then you can put your first page and remaining preprint of your paper, which is under review. That part you can add, no problem.
I think
In case of hello,
this we
in
can
case of
explore,
Shodhganga,
because putting the title page, there's no problem, but putting full text, it might throw some problem. So we can explore in future and see whether that is possible or not. I think Dr. Sumil wants to ask some question. I can see my behind also.
Yeah. I told her not to enter, but she's initiative enough, to see how a librarian in computer science is leading the way in. Yeah, my question is to Jeevan. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Jeevan. Good presentation.
Thank you so much, sir.
One question is this. Quite important for a librarian in the presentation. Now, tell me, in your entire study, taking cue from Dr. Ravi about classification of subjects.
Right.
Now, which subject do you see that is mostly cited, from newspapers? Is it economics? Is it in the field of politics? Is it in the field of sports? How do you rank them? Based on the study.
Sir, mainly this thing. What I find is business, finance. Finance is there. Finance is the most cited, I think, but I can't exactly pinpoint it, sir. But there are two finance papers, and even in other newspapers also there are also some finance columns. So I find finance and to be more distinct, sir.
Okay, so you found finance.
Yeah, finance. Yeah, finance. Yeah.
So you don't see any other subject like history or
No, sir. There are a lot of subjects. There are a lot of subjects
Conducting
which I have
Viva-Voce of
classified into
Nehu PhD.
classified into 112 subjects, sir.
Okay.
Online.
There are different subjects. Histories are there. Geography is there. Even medical sciences are there. So it has been. There are 112 subjects.
Okay. No, why I'm raising this, this point is that, as you said, there's a concern for libraries of disposing of old newspapers.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
there's also a concern, of disposing of important knowledge, perhaps that will be important for research and future reference.
Right, sir.
So perhaps your study can throw in, some light on what area of knowledge that we should take care of, so that value of
Yes.
newspapers are being preserved in libraries.
Yes, sir. Yes. Well,
Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Sanlam wants to say something. Sanlam, can you hear us?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you raised your.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have raised that question in the chat box. Sir.
Yeah, you can address the thing. We can hear you.
Yes. Jeevan ji, in this study, have you encountered maybe in your literature review or in your findings, or have you encountered any citations cited by researchers from news sources which are misinformed or which try to disinform also, not just misinform but disinform? Because sometimes what happens with this mainstream media, newspaper, sometimes they do misinform or disinform, especially when they try to rush the publication of their news article.
During my study, I have not come across those articles. That is my answer.
Okay.
My answer.
All right. Thank you then.
Thank you so
Dr.
much.
Kamaljit from Mass Communication, I think he wants to raise a question. Dr. Kamaljit, can you hear us? I think he's typing, so he will. I will read it out as and when he put it. You finish typing. Anybody else who wants to raise question, please raise your hand. Yeah. Professor Panda, our Dean of School, is also coming live. Sir, you would like to raise a question or something? We have reached a discussion period.
First of all, yeah, let me congratulate, Sir Manoj and yourself, Dr. Ravi, and particularly Professor Sinha. In fact, actually, I joined very late. Right now, actually, I'm in Negrims. Actually, my wife is hospitalized here. So, but then I thought actually, so I saw your post little late. But then it's okay. I think she's okay. Just a pacemaker battery implantation has taken place. That's all. But I think I appreciate the initiative that the department has taken, and I think this is the first online Viva that we are holding. I think as far as the school is concerned. So I congratulate to all of you, and particularly Professor Sinha actually for putting all these questions in such a, meaningful way and such relevant questions. And Manoj, of course, answering all these questions actually very, to the best of his capability and his understanding. And also, I also appreciate that Dr. Sumer has joined the whole discussion and the conference. So all the best from my side. I congratulate each one of you for taking on of this initiative and holding it. I think for the first time in the school post. I think during this COVID time.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Are you in Negrims?
For your comment.
Oh yeah. Right now I'm in Negrims actually. My wife is hospitalized here, so she has undergone a pacemaker procedure. So a battery replacement was required. So that has taken place, and she is there itself. So I'm
Please
there
take care.
All
itself.
the best, sir. We are wishing her get well soon.
All the best.
We have
Yeah, I saw your post little late actually. I mean to say your
Yeah.
WhatsApp message. That's why I joined. By that time, I think more than half of the presentation was over. So that's why I'm not in a position to ask any question.
Okay, fine.
Then I can appreciate your initiative.
We only want you to see
Thank you.
us, sir. That what we are doing.
Thank you so
That
much.
is sufficient.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else who wants to comment or raise
And
question?
I have gone through, one more thing. Actually, I have just gone through Professor Sinha's comments also. Very relevant comments. And,
Yes.
I hope actually our research scholar has taken note of many such relevant comments. And when he tries to come up with the publication, you take care of all those relevant comments and suggestions which Professor Sinha and the other examiner, they have suggested and offered. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Ilora, you want to say something? Meban?
Sir, now it is tea time.
Okay. So Ravi, it's up to you. Shall we wind up? Or I'm still recording actually.
If the questions are dried up from the participants, then we can wind up the session. I congratulate Jeevan for his presentation, and I think now we can call him as doctor. I thank
Thank you
all
so
the
much.
participants. As Hansing told, Sir Hansing told before, we have reached more participants than in the regular mode. So at present, we are seeing around 30 participants in a traditional environment. Also, we have never seen 30 for final defense. I think in future also we can use this technology. That will be good for both the department, scholar, and the examiner. We can save many things. I congratulate Jeevan once again, and I thank all the participants, examiner, Dr. Professor Manoj Kumar Sinha, our Dean Panda sir, Professor Moses, Vicky ma'am, Dr. Hansing, my colleague Jalimon, everyone, and my dear research scholar for attending and making this presentation as a vibrant one. Thank you all. Thank you once again from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now actually may wind up the session.
Okay, thank you everyone from the department side. Once again, I want to thank everybody who has spent your valuable time and more importantly, your valuable bandwidth, which is valuable at this point of time and to be a part of this PhD Viva-Voce. And once again, I would like to reiterate that and appreciate Professor Manoj Kumar for suggesting that we go online with PhD Viva-Voce. We have learned a lot, and in future, like Ravi said, we will continue to use it. Now we have started taking classes online, so which is very good. We're not missing out,
Yeah.
even though there is a lockdown. So I appreciate the participants and then the experts and the faculty members, professional colleagues. Despite of being in different location, we can meet together here. Thank you, everyone. Then off the record, Professor Manoj, I will send we will send the report by email. Then,
You please send. I will do necessary thing and send to you back.
Yeah, we send it to back. We'll take print out. We'll sign on top of that and then give it to the
Yeah.
control.
That will I can send also by post also.
Yeah.
No problem.
Original one you
digital
can send by post. The scan one you can send by email. So
digital signature.
Yeah, scan copy also I will send.
that one we will submit in advance. The original one we can send it by post.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Then I'll end the session here. Take care. Stay safe.
So
Stay healthy.
it was a nice experience interacting with you through online mode. And we are also conducting our online classes with our second and fourth semester using MS Team, Microsoft Office 365. And through that, we are conducting classes on regular basis. And I also suggested Dr. Singh to conduct Viva through online mode.
Yeah.
And it is good that you have arranged. And it is first time in the history of Northeast India when we conducted PhD Viva online. It will be the history. So congratulations to the department and all faculty members, scholars also.
Yeah. The credit
Congratulations
goes
to the
you
dean of
first.
this school. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
For your time.
So should we close now?
Yeah, I have ended.